My idea for this project started in a lecture, as they were examples for making animals and giving them character without eyes. There I saw a hedgehog made out of metal and circular saw blades. This instantly became something I had to make for my project as it was hilarious and impractical. I just found it funny, honestly. But I wanted to make it. But some questions came up like, how do I cut the circular saw blades and why won't my parents let me buy circular saw blades? I unfortunately had to kill the idea. After this, I had no idea what I wanted to do for my animation, other than I knew I wanted it in a forest setting. I did some pipeline tests in the stop motion room with different techniques that you had previously shown us. After some tests, I realised that my idea of shooting a 3D model from an up-top view didn't work, as my little hedgehog model looked like a moving spiky ball. I even added a little bit where he falls over on the side to show his legs, to show what it really was, but yeah, it didn't work, so I scrapped that idea. I decided to go fully 2D and change the character for a fox puppet, as I didn't think a hedgehog would look very good as a silhouette. Weeks went by with no notable progress. I couldn't think of a way to make the forest idea interesting, or at least not to stretch it out for 30 seconds. And in a lecture, I was shown Lachlan Pendragon's work of stop motion character realising that the world around him was made up. For me, this is the first time seeing all the cut corners around stop motion. So basically all the behind the scenes stuff, for example, books having no words in them, and as well as the characters that don't move not having any legs. I thought this was a pretty interesting way to handle the fourth wall break, as well as using Alan Becker's work to continue on from the idea with body language being the only way to show emotion and character. Before this, I've only ever really known characters like Deadpool who break the fourth wall to talk to the audience and point out flaws in the writing. I really like how Lachlan took this approach, and I thought I could use it for my project because of a lot of possible ideas I could use for it. Originally I wanted a 2D clay model I made to be my character, but it felt kinda lame having a clay model just shimmy sham across the screen, so I looked for an alternative. I found an image of a silhouette cat on Pinterest, which reminded me of the same kind of puppets I made in foundation year. This gave me the idea to make and design the fox puppet. I also wanted to use orange card, not only for the fox's fur, but also colour contrast for the green forest. Using my primary source images I got from Withenshaw Park, I realised that the trees were quite far apart from each other, with only really the branches and the leaves connecting them all. This worked for the set design at first because I was worried that there'd be too many layers in order to move the fox on, and make it very difficult to animate efficiently. So I made the set less complicated, and with fewer trees further apart. In the final design there will be a lot fewer layers, so there will be less things for the fox to get snagged on. Most of the set was cut out of card, apart from the leaves of the tree, which were made out of actual leaves. I used a coloured pencil as well as a white pen to draw the detail on both the trees and the mushroom. I also made a laser cut fox because I had to for the course. Still smells like it was set on fire. I cut it a while ago. The biggest problem I had with this project so far is this script recording. There's so many takes. But seriously, was trying to remember to document everything. I know that sounds stupid because that is literally everything we're meant to be doing in this project. But I mean for those zone out moments when you're on break or just stop what you're doing just to do something else. I was told moments like that contribute heavily to our marks on this. If I forgot to record something, I thought of re-recording it and acting like I was in the moment, but I thought that would ruin the point of this in the first place, so I just didn't. I recorded my thoughts after and just threw them onto YouTube. My animation development came after showing my pipeline test to the tutor. They said they could see where I was learning to control the puppet and animate it, so after adding some details to the tree, I tried again. But this time, I don't think I had the same kind of magic. With the first attempt, having no expectations and having something you're proud of, but the final piece, I can say its job improved on the flaws of the first one. Movement and the end scene look much more put together. But there's just something about the movement in the original and just certain actions just look way better. But overall, the final piece looks way smoother.